The Voice 2025 recap. Blake Shelton vows he's never helping Niall Horan again after prank on Kelly Clarkson goes wrong. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Blake Shelton has vowed to never help his fellow coach Niall Horan again after his prank attempt didn't work out. Niall and Kelly Clarkson both turned their chairs for contestant Gina Miles, and as the coaches were trying to convince the singer to join their teams, Blake wrote a note to Niall. The new coach took the letter from Blake and then read the message out loud. Kelly can't coach nerves, she admits it, Niall read, causing Blake to jokingly lash out at him. I am never helping you again, ever, Blake said. I write something down on the pad and hand it to you in privacy, and you're like, oh, and it says, what is wrong with you? Fans love Blake and Niall's love-hate relationship. Veteran Blake Shelton immediately hit it off with newbie coach Niall Horan in last night's premiere. Despite just meeting one another, the two singers had a ton of chemistry and fans loved their relationship. Niall mimicked Blake's accent and joked about the star's repeated references to his final season. Blake cracked jokes at the former One Direction singer's accent and downplayed his talents to competitors. It was all in good fun, of course, and even the duo appeared to acknowledge the fun competition between them. At various points in the episode, Niall jokingly called Blake Dad. Chance's iconic hat explained. Chance the rapper is rarely seen without his iconic 3 hat. He's carrying on the tradition with his team by gifting each member one of his iconic hats. The cap has not only become a part of the rapper's identity, but it also has deep meaning. Chance told GQ he began wearing caps in school, and after they were consistently confiscated by teachers, it became a rebellion for him to sport the look. The number comes from his third and most well-known project, his album coloring book. It also symbolizes the Holy Trinity and his family composed of himself, his daughter, and his partner. I got my name in lights, finally. Niall Horan posted a sweet behind-the-scenes video of him seeing his chair for the first time. The video revealed his entrance into the stadium and guessing which chair would be his. After seeing his chair, he told the camera, I got my name in lights, finally. He captioned the clip, surreal seeing my chair for the first time. Fans took to the comments to encourage the former One Direction member. One fan commented, I'm proud of you, love. Another added, give me a reason to start watching at NBC TV Voice again, haha. How the Voice works, concluded. During the knockout round, coaches must once again choose which team members they are sending through to the playoffs. Each coach has one steal where they can save a contestant from being eliminated from another coach's team. After the knockouts, the singers advance to the playoffs where each coach selects the contestants who will be moving on to the live show. Once the live shows begin, the coaches can take a breather as the audience now decides who will advance. Every week, each contestant will work with their coach to prepare a song to perform on Monday's show. The singer with the least amount of votes will be eliminated on Tuesday's show. More on how The Voice works. Once each coach has picked their team during the blind auditions, contestants move on to the battle round. During the battles, each coach will put 2 of their team members against one another. Only one member will advance unless they are stolen by another coach. This season, The Voice is implementing a playoff pass which a coach can use once to push both contestants through instead of choosing one in the battles. The remaining contestants move on to the knockout round where contestants are paired up once again, this time performing individually instead of in duets. Unlike other singing competitions, The Voice has a complicated process. The show begins with blind auditions where the coaches assemble their teams. Each coach faces the audience and must press their button to turn their chair around if they hear an artist they like, hence the name blind audition. The coaches are allowed one block to prevent another coach from turning their chairs. Once the pre-taped auditions conclude, the contestants move on to the battle rounds. How to watch The Voice. The Voice airs at 8 p.m. on Mondays and 9 p.m. on Tuesdays on NBC. If you missed the show, you can watch the episode the next day on Peacock or the NBC app. You can also stream the show on NBC.com with a cable subscription or watch on Hulu Live, Sling, or Fubo TV. NIALOVS, BLAKey. While viewers are loving the auditions, it's the rivalry between Blake and Niall that many are really taken with. Since the first episode, the pair have traded barbs and jokes. Niall mimicked Blake's accent and joked about the star's repeated references to his final season. Likewise, Blake cracked jokes at the former One Direction singer's accent and downplayed his talents to competitors. Fan reactions to Blake Shelton's exit. Fans of the show have previously shared their distress at the thought of Blake Shelton leaving the show. One person wrote, "The Voice is unquestionably the best competition show. When Adam Levine left the show, I mourned, but if Blake Shelton leaves, I'll stop watching. He is the voice." A second one commented, "Blake Shelton is the best thing that ever happened on The Voice, wouldn't watch it if he leaves." And a third one shared, "Please don't leave The Voice, Blake. It would be boring without you. You make the show." More on Blake Shelton's departure, Part 2. Blake Shelton continued, "I've made lifelong bonds with Clarkson and every single one of my fellow coaches over the years, including my wife, Gwen Stefani. I have to give a huge shout out to the singers, the voices who come on this stage season after season and amaze us with their talent, and a special thanks to those who chose me to be their coach. Lastly, it's about y'all, the fans, who watch and support these artists, us coaches and everyone at The Voice chasing their dreams. It wouldn't happen without you." More on Blake Shelton's departure. In a statement, Blake Shelton said it felt like the right time to move on. He said, "I've been wrestling with this for a while and I decided that it's time for me to step away from The Voice after season 23. This show has changed my life in every way for the better, and it will always feel like home to me. It's been a hell of a ride over these 12 years of chair turns, and I want to thank everyone at The Voice from NBC, every producer, the writers, musicians, crew, and catering people. You are the best. It takes a lot of work, passion, and adult beverages, hey, to pull off a live show twice a week." Blake Shelton's last season. In October 2022, Blake Shelton confirmed that season 23 of The Voice will be his last. The country singer is the last of the show's coaches to appear on every edition since the series premiered in 2011. Chance the Rapper and former One Direction member Niall Horan will join Kelly Clarkson in her 9th season. Host Carson Daly will continue in his role as host, which he has held for all seasons so far. Meet the coaches, Chance the Rapper. Chance the Rapper is from Chicago, Illinois. After his mixtape Acid Rap was released in 2013, Chance rose to stardom. In 2016, Chance released Coloring Book, solidifying his reputation in the hip-hop industry. He has collaborated with Kanye West, Childish Gambino, Lil Wayne, and 2 Chainz. Chance has been nominated for 8 Grammys during his career and has won 3. He is making his debut as a coach on season 23 of The Voice. Meet the coaches, Blake Shelton. Blake Shelton is a country music singer-songwriter and a judge on The Voice. He made his music debut in 2001 with his lead single Austin from a self-titled album, which spent 5 weeks at #1 on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart. The country music star has accumulated several accolades for his 11 albums. He has been a judge on The Voice since season 1, which aired in 2011. The Oklahoma native has been married twice before. He was married to Kaynette Williams from 2003 to 2006, Miranda Lambert from 2011 to 2015, and Gwen Stefani in 2021. Meet the coaches, Niall Horan. Niall Horan grew up in Mullingar, Ireland, before auditioning for X Factor and joining the mega-hit boy band, One Direction. He has one older brother, Greg Horan, and his father predominantly raised the pair after his parents the guitar from YouTube videos, and lists his influences as Michael Bublé, Frank Sinatra, and Dean Martin. After One Direction broke up, Niall went on to have a successful solo career and is embarking on a new career journey coaching The Voice. Meet the coaches, Kelly Clarkson. Kelly Clarkson rose to fame in 2002 after winning the first season of American Idol at the early age of 20. She was born in Fort Worth, Texas, on April 24, 1982, and is an icon in the music industry. Kelly is well known for top hits such as Since You've Been Gone, Behind These Hazel Eyes, and Stronger. She has over 13 million monthly listeners on Spotify and is rated number 369th in the world by the music streaming service. In addition to her singing career and resume on The Voice, Kelly also is a daytime talk show host and was the first woman to ever host the NFL Honors. Breaking down the judges panel, concluded, Gwen Stefani came back to The Voice in season 19, replacing Nick Jonas. The two switched places once again in season 20. Ariana Grande made her coaching debut in season 21, joining veteran judges Kelly Clarkson, John Legend, and Blake Shelton. She was replaced by Camila Cabello in season 22, and Gwen subbed in for Kelly. This season, newbies Niall Horan and Chance the Rapper are joining the panel alongside Kelly and Blake. Blake has announced after 23 seasons he will be leaving the show. Breaking Down the Judges Panel, Part 3. Jennifer Hudson and Kelly Clarkson were featured on the judges panel with veterans Adam Levine and Blake Shelton in Season 15. Kelsey Ballerini also made her debut in Season 15 mentoring contestants who failed to turn any chairs. John Legend joined the team in Season 16, replacing Jennifer. After 16 seasons, Adam left The Voice, leaving Blake as the only original coach left on the panel. Gwen Stefani and Kelly Clarkson came back in Season 17, joining John and Blake on the coaching staff. Nick Jonas made his coaching debut in Season 18, joining Kelly, John, and Blake. Breaking Down the Judges Panel continued. Adam Levine and Blake Shelton were constants on The Voice's judging panel. In Season 9, Gwen Stefani and Pharrell returned as coaches after brief hiatuses. Christina replaced Gwen once again in Season 10. Alicia Keys and Miley Cyrus made their debuts as coaches in Season 11, joining veterans Adam and Blake. Gwen then subbed in for Miley in Season 12. Miley came back in Season 13 and Jennifer Hudson replaced Alicia. Alicia subbed back in for Season 14 and Kelly Clarkson made her debut alongside veterans Adam and Blake. Breaking Down the Judges Panel. There have been many superstars who graced The Voice's judging panel. The show premiered in 2011 with coaches Adam Levine, Blake Shelton, Christina Aguilera, and Seal Green. The original foursome stayed on the show until Season 4 when Usher and Shakira replaced CeeLo and Christina. Christina and CeeLo made their return in Season 5 before switching back to Usher, and Shakira and Pharrell made their coaching debuts in Season 7, joining Adam and Blake. Christina made a comeback once again, replacing Gwen in Season 8. Inside the contacts of The Voice winners. For contestants, the cash prize reportedly has strings attached to it. In 2014, the New York Daily News reported that if a contestant violates the contract they signed with the network, they will not walk away with the prize. Any contestant who reveals the details of the show's contract can be sued for between $100,000 to $1 million. According to the outlet, contestants are paid a small stipend to cover expenses during the show's filming, but they give up some basic legal protections in agreeing to take their shot at stardom. The contract stipulates that the show can change the rules at any time, eliminate contestants even if they are winning via public votes, and completely ignore the show's voting system altogether, including the sales of the contestants' songs. Allison Porter on the record deal. Previous winners of The Voice have gone on the record and complained that though they won a record deal, they did not win the support of the label. Allison Porter from Season 10 told the New York Post, "I knew I wasn't gonna be the next Ariana Grande, but when you're with a label who has Ariana Grande or people like that, that's sort of their motivation." Winner Sawyer Fredericks also told the Post, "I feel like they're trying to cookie-cutter every person that comes out of The Voice as they think they're all the same. I don't think they put the time into figuring out what kind of artist I was." Former coach Adam Levine echoed these claims on Howard Stern. "We do so much greats asterisk for these singers, and then they go to a record label. That asterisk asterisk get up." Why Gwen Stefani left. After Carter Rubin took home the win for Stefani's team in Season 19, she took a small break from the hit competition show. She was later replaced by Nick Jonas, who made his coaching debut in Season 18. Despite confirming the departure at the time, Stefani didn't give a specific reason, but it is not uncommon for coaches to take a break. After Season 19 of The Voice ended, she released her first solo single in years, titled Let Me Reintroduce Myself. Season 20 was reportedly filming at the same time as Season 19 was wrapping up, so it's possible Stefani was too busy working on new music to take on that type of commitment. Stefani later returned to her seat during Season 22 alongside Shelton, Legend, and newcomer Camila Cabello, who replaced Clarkson. Carson Daly shaded The Voice co-star. During a recent interview with one of the newest judges, Chance the Rapper discussed with Carson and Savannah Guthrie something no one knows about the chairs that The Voice coaches sit on during the show. When Savannah, 51, asked Chance about how she heard that the chairs have climate control settings, Chance, 29, revealed what he knew. "I heard something about the climate control on the chairs, and even Carson, who never gets to sit in those chairs. Tell us about the secret of the chairs," she told Chance. Basically, the famous red spinning chairs on the show. A lot of people don't know this. There is a heating setting underneath it to get yourself warm and a cool setting too, Chance explained. While Savannah was expressing her enthusiasm to learn about the magic of the seats, she was interrupted by Carson. "Next week on The Voice, The Voice returns next Monday at 8 p.m. for the battle rounds. Each coach will pit two of their team members against one another. The duos will perform together and their coach can only send one singer through to the playoffs. This season, the show is introducing the Playoff Pass, which will allow the coaches to select one person on their team to send directly to the playoffs. Thanks for watching this video and please subscribe to our American Idol YouTube channel for more updated news.